Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Backyard Happiness. We've got this bucket here. It's a different type of video this morning. It's been a while since I've posted. Life gets on. But anyhow, I thought that I'd just come on here and probably change the whole aspect of what the channel is about for the next maybe year or so. It's going to document my breast cancer journey. I've got the chickens sitting in the backyard with the chickens. Okay, so basically I've got my diary here that I've been keeping a track of what's happened over the last couple of months since I got my diagnosis. So basically how I found my lump was that I had the Moderna vaccine. I had double dose of Pfizer, and then I had a Moderna. And typically with Moderna, you get the glands under your arms swell up and all that sort of thing. So, which mine did, they swelled up, but the one underneath my right arm didn't go down all the way. So I'm like, it was still sore. I've got pins and needles going down my arm every so often. So I was like, one night I was lying in bed and I'm like, why is that happening with the pins and needles? So I felt the gland and then I felt the lump on the side of my breast. I went obviously and saw my GP, and she sent me for a mammogram, which I'd never had. I had asked for mammograms, but I'd never been given any. And so she sent me for a mammogram and an ultrasound. And at that point, they also did a core biopsy of the lump and some biopsies of the lymph nodes. About a week later, I'm just going through, just checking on my notes. On the 19th of April, that's when I was called into the doctor's surgery, and they confirmed that it was indeed cancer, and that it was indeed cancer, and that it had in fact also gone to the lymph nodes. At that point, she then referred me to a surgeon who I went and saw on the 27th, I believe it was, of April, and she told me further about the diagnosis that it was a triple negative, which means that it's negative for all the all the female hormones like estrogen, progesterone, all those sort of ones. So, which is in a way good because it is very reactive to chemo. So chemo should shrink it, and it generally does. Sometimes it shrinks the lump all the way down to nothing, but then after my chemo, I still have to have surgery for where the lump was. They'll remove that area, and then I have radiation to kill any of those rogue cells that may still be there after the previous treatments. Then I was referred to by the surgeon to go and get a CT scan of your chest, of your abdomen, chest to hips sort of area, and then a bone scan. So I went and did that, and it came back that all my scans were clear, so it hadn't spread anywhere else, which is good. I then had to go down to oncology on Thursday just gone, which was the 12th of May, where so they could tell me what sort of chemo I'm having and how often, all that sort of stuff. So I'm having 2 treatments of chemo. The first one, sorry, it's really glary, I've got the sun on my eyes. So the first one is 1 dose every 21 days for 4 cycles. And the second one, Missy Spocky. And the second one after that is every 14 days for 4 cycles. So it works out to be about 5 months that I'm going through it. The cockatoos. I love the cockatoos. They do so much damage, but we love them. And then they said that every people will be in contact to organise when my chemo starts. I have to have a port put in so that they can administer the chemo through a port. All that sort of thing. They have to put a clip in where the lump is now, so that when it shrinks, they still know the area that it was in. So that makes it easy to find when it's time for surgery. And so I wasn't expecting any of that to happen until any of those phone calls to come until like pretty much tomorrow, which is Monday the 16th. But on my way home, I was in the car with Mum and Dad, who have been there for me. They've been taking me down to my appointments in Cairns. And I got all the phone calls. It was a whirlwind. It really was. Thursday was just like a whirlwind. I think I'm still getting over it, still with things seeking in and everything. But basically, I had all the phone calls. I had a phone call saying that I've got to go back down to Cairns on Tuesday, the 17th, for my nurse educator to tell me all about what happens in the processes of the chemo and all that sort of stuff, show me around the oncology unit and where they administer the chemo and all that sort of stuff. And then I have to have a heart x-ray to make sure everything's fine with my heart, that it can cope with the chemo and all that sort of stuff. I don't have any heart issues, so that should be fine. Wednesday, I got a phone call again from the surgeons saying that on Wednesday that's when they want to insert the port, so I've got to be in Cairns for that. I have no idea what time, where. There's probably going to be at Cairns Hospital, but I won't find information out about that until the Tuesday before, so the 17th. And then once that port's inserted on the Thursday the 19th, I have my first dose of chemo. So it's all been life's been a bit of a washing machine lately. Like I said, it's still all sinking in. God's on my side. I've had so many signs that He's there and pulling for me. I've got beautiful, beautiful friends who are also praying for me. I've got beautiful friends who are going to come and visit and take the kids whenever I need it. It's extremely hard on them because their lives have changed as well. So, and what's happening is that they're going to be staying here at my place. My father's going to move in with them so he can look after them, and I'll be moving in with Mum. Yeah, so it's lots of things happening in a very short period of time. I will say this though, that keeping a diary and keeping track of everything in this journey is helping me so much as well. I have yet to write in on what's happened on Thursday, but I'll probably do that. I'm having my coffee now. I'll probably get in and do some of that this morning before I start getting in and cleaning the house again. It takes so much pressure off you. Don't feel like your head's so full of information when you can actually write it down, and then you've got you've got that story as well of what you were going through at that time. So it's been wonderful having this diary for my mental state. With work, I'm hoping that I'll be able to keep up at least a little bit of work. I've asked that I at least come in on a Friday morning where I can just go in and pack online orders, pack lay-by, so I'm not in contact with the public. I've got a really good friend who works Friday mornings in that area, so she's able to do customer service at the counter, all that sort of thing. I can just stay out the back and just pack and process orders, process lay-bys and all that sort of stuff. So I'm not in contact because my immunity obviously is going to be down. But I'd like to keep some sort of work as well because just for my mental state, I don't want to be sitting at home and just letting things go through my mind all the time. Work will be a good distraction. So I've spoken to another friend of mine who has her own business, and I said, look, I'm going to be off work for a lot of time, so if you need anything done, just let me know. Like anything that I can do at home, putting labels on jars, doing anything that would, that would just keep my mind busy and everything. So Sprocket's had a roll. You had a roll, Sprocket? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at you. Look at you. You got your ears inside out. Look. Gosh. Sprocket. Oh. Bless you, hey? Oh, you're a mess. Now you've made me a mess. Look. It's so cute. Just as well you're cute. You get away with so much because you're cute. So that's where we are at the moment. I'll try and keep up to date, get as much recorded as I can while I'm going through chemo, all that sort of stuff. It'll be nice to have this as a record on how I'm doing and how I go through it. So I hope you enjoy this journey that we'll be on together.